It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 12th of March. I'm Michael Groff. If you like dry conditions and temperatures at or a little bit above average, you'll love today because that's exactly what we're going to see out there. But changes in the weather are a-coming. We see cooler conditions and breezes picking up by tomorrow as an area of low pressure will drop in from the north. And by Thursday, there's even a small chance we could see a little bit of rain around here. Of course, there's still some forecast uncertainty to get into, and we will get into it because that's what we do here. So let's talk about it. The almanac from yesterday, 82 degrees was the afternoon high, 57 the morning low, 77 and 54 the averages for this time of year. Looking outside right now at 10 minutes after 5 a.m., this insanely early hour, you've got 57 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 37, humidity 47%. It's a light wind, and the barometer 29.98 inches and rising. Temperatures across the nation right now, kind of a hodgepodge, a mixed bag. It's warmer in La Crosse, Wisconsin than it is in Jacksonville, Florida. You've got 54 at La Crosse. You've got 39 in Jacksonville. Cool air across the southeast. Why is it so warm across the Plain States? You've got a weather system that's pulling up some warm, humid air there. And so we have a chance at some showers and thunderstorms, maybe even a few strong storms across parts of the plains today. Out here in the west, a little bit above normal, but nothing that outrageous for us here in the southwest. And of course, it is still chilly across the Intermountain West and parts of North and South Dakota. Kind of cool up there, too. Here's why. The upper air weather pattern across the nation. Got a system coming out across the Plain States. We've got troughing over the Pacific Northwest, and that's eventually going to close off into an upper low and dive south here into the southwest over the next 48 hours or so. The watch warning map, yes. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings scattered about through the Intermountain West, mainly to the north of Arizona. And we've got some issues with wind across Southern California as well. Convective outlook for today, you've got the marginal risk of severe storms, level 1 out of 5, from around Joplin to Columbia, Missouri. And there could be some storms that produce large hail and damaging straight-line winds in that marginal risk zone. And some thunder possible north of Arizona today over the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, all the way down into parts of Nevada and Utah. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Tuesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, not a lot, generally under 1/10 of an inch, but heavier rain is possible across the northern part of the state, the higher terrain, the Northwest Plateau, the Rim Country, the White Mountains. And that's with a weather system that's due in here that is going to prove problematic for forecasting. We'll talk about why that is right now as we get to the models. Take a look. This is the GFS. It is the 06Z run, and this is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We've got troughing developing over the Pacific Northwest, and that's the feature to watch. But for us, it's just another gorgeous spring day out here. Down at the surface, we've got sunny sky this morning, becoming partly sunny by this afternoon. We will see some high clouds moving on in, but that won't stop the warm-up. High temperatures anywhere from about 76 to 80, so if you're getting out there for some spring training games, you're having lunch outside, whatever it is you're going to do for your outdoor activities today, weather looks delightful. For tonight, a few clouds around. Otherwise, we'll see mostly clear sky with overnight lows, again, mostly in the 40s to low 50s or so. And then tomorrow, trough coming into the Intermountain West. It'll begin to drop southward. Now we see some rain and snow, mainly north of Arizona at this time, although a few rain and snow showers may be possible over the northern part of the state by tomorrow afternoon. It will turn breezy even here in southern Arizona. I wouldn't call it windy, but we could see some wind gusts to around 20 miles per hour here by tomorrow afternoon in Phoenix. High temperatures will fall off a little bit back toward the mid-70s. By Thursday, this system is now closing off into an upper low. And the implications of that are still a little bit uncertain because it really depends on how far south or southwest this low kind of retrogrades. At this point, it looks like this will be a low pressure area that eventually settles into southwest Arizona. And as that occurs, even though there's not a lot of moisture with it, this is again moving over land. This does not have a lot of Pacific moisture with it, and it's not drawing in much moisture from the south, at least not at this time. It does have enough dynamics and cold air aloft that it will still squeeze out a few showers here across southern Arizona. So we'll watch for that possibility. The better chance of rain, obviously, with the lifting mechanisms over the higher terrain of central and northern Arizona. But we'll still put a slight chance, a 10 to 20% chance of rain into the forecast for Thursday. Maybe a slightly better chance on Friday, as this low doesn't look to be moving anywhere for a while. It's just going to stay sitting right there over southwest Arizona. And in fact, some of the latest guidance kind of pivots it a little bit further to the south and west. And if that were to happen, it could start to tap into some deeper moisture, giving us at least better chances of rain. For now, we've put a 30% chance into the forecast for Thursday night and Friday here in Phoenix. High temperatures will trend down too by Thursday. Highs back in the mid to upper 60s. Same thing Friday, mid 60s to about 70 with breezy conditions and partly to mostly cloudy sky and that chance of rain. Now, what happens by the time we get to the weekend? Well, again, there is uncertainty here. The GFS insists on lingering this low around here, and so at least a chance of showers, rain and snow across northern and eastern Arizona. An outside shot, we could see rain here in Phoenix. I have not put that in the forecast for this weekend, but we may need to if conditions warrant. So Saturday, temperatures will warm up a little bit back toward the low 70s, but still we'll see afternoon highs staying below average as long as this low stays around. As we go to Sunday, same thing. The low is not in any big hurry to get out, but it may start to meander a little further to the east. And so, again, the better chance of any precipitation will be confined to eastern Arizona, New Mexico, West Texas, where they do desperately need rain out there. But it's really going to depend on the positioning of this system. Still, I expect temperatures to remain just a little bit below normal all the way through the weekend. Now, as we go to next week, this low eventually starts to move out of here, but it's still not in any big hurry. It may just sit right there on the border of eastern Arizona, New Mexico. So still breezy conditions, temperatures remaining around seasonal averages, maybe even a little bit below normal, depending on how this plays out with some isolated to widely scattered showers over the eastern part of the state. Here's a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 19th. And as you can see, that low is just kind of sitting here. It's sort of just wobbling around across Arizona. And again, if that's right, I'm not saying it's going to give us any real major chance of rain here in Phoenix, but it will keep temperatures below average. Could there be a shower? Maybe. But I would say at this point, given the position of the low by the time we get toward early next week, the chance of precipitation would be less than 10% here. Better chances again over eastern Arizona and points to the east from there. But temperatures would be held in check. Now, going out 10 days, this is Thursday, the 21st. And yeah, that low is out of here, but another trough is developing over the Pacific Northwest, and we'll watch how that plays out. Broad troughing, and it looks like kind of a Rex block developing over the eastern Pacific. And that's always an interesting look, too. We'll see what implications that may have as we go out toward the 10 to 14 day period. Checking out rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the 25th of March off the GFS ensemble. The mean doesn't look all that impressive here. It's under a quarter of an inch, and you got some members, a couple of members anyway, that show nothing. But the European ensemble has remained steadfast in showing much more active weather. And this has been a big split among the models for a while now. The Euro has the ensemble mean up around 3/4 of an inch. The control member is up around an inch. So obviously there is uncertainty to deal with in our forecast. Looking at temperatures off the national blend of models, as you can see, by Thursday, Friday, high temperatures barely making it to 70, maybe not even making it to 70. And then as we go toward next week, though, highs will begin to warm up. And by the middle part of next week, highs could get back in the 80s, depending on if that low gets out of here, which eventually it will. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona Weather Discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle, so check her out. Yes, my voice is raspy this morning. I have not even had coffee yet. This is what happens when I do videos at 5 o'clock a.m.? Yeah, there is a 5 a.m. How about that? All right, thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support. Oh, I must remind you, please check out our streaming station. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. Myself and Michelle work on that. It's our labor of love. It is also linked up down in the description, as are so many other things that we are involved in. So check all that out. All right, thanks once again. You guys have yourselves a delightful Tuesday.